Hey everyone, this is Jerome Bettis from Detroit with your Week 6 Spirit Lake Fantasy Football recap. Once again, we are sponsored by WALK, your choice for Asian Walk, and Captain Morgan. Normally talk about the Vikes here. I don't care right now until Ponder plays. McNabb is embarrassment. I don't care if he completed 79%. It's terrible. There's nothing about this offense with him that's enjoyable to watch with McNabb in there. But since we don't have not a lot of Vikings time, I'm going to give you folks to all like my Florida State Seminoles, other than the fact that they beat Duke this weekend. That is why you all, I know as bacon lovers, you guys should now start being Seminoles fans as well, because we're the only team to incorporate bacon into our logo, unless it's a pig team that I don't know of. Let's go pontooning. Game 1, Dylan versus E. There's not a lot to say here because it's totally expected. A stepdad whooped a stepkid's ass. Dylan had Turner, or he had Turner and Revis. They did okay. They did great, but it's just not enough to beat Dylan's balanced attack. Game 2, AJ versus Jayco. Another game we knew how this is all going to end because Jayco somehow always beats AJ. AJ put up a whopping 25.2 points, 0 in double figures. Jayco didn't do very much special, only 40 some odd points, but it's enough for the win once again in the Jayco AJ rivalry. Game 3, Lou versus Zoller. Zoller really happy to get Austin back. From what I understand, he's a big Miles Austin fan. Akers was top scorer with 13. It's not enough though. Lose the #1 scorer in the league this week behind Ahmad's 3 touchdowns and 24 points. So big week for Lou. Game 4, Silky versus Davy. Davy really is, his team is driven by Rodgers and Fred Jackson and Wallace, and they continue to be very, very good. However, not enough this week as Silky sweeps the season series behind a balanced attack, and as you guys watched, or I'm assuming you watched on Sunday night, the Vikings kicked Devin Hester, which ends up being the game winner. And finally, Game 5, it was a snake fight. I appreciate what AJ did, really kind of throwing one out there to get these guys in the mix because it's probably the last time these folks are going to be in the mix all year. Miller won, so he gets on the board. Now both teams are 1-5, and they're both in last as step kids. Let's go to 3 questions. As we've talked about, these are questions or comments or whatever. Number 2, you know what? Just go look at the scoring and see who the number 2 scorer on the league in the league was this week. A hint: he was the number 2 scorer on BP's team, only behind Ahmad Bradshaw on his 3 touchdowns. Just take a look. Number 2, lack of trades this year. Part of it is because I haven't been as active, which is odd. But it just, I look around and I look at other leagues, and it's just a weird year to trade. There seems to be like a massive dichotomy in terms of people are good or they're bad, and there's not a lot of gray area where it's usually like a, you know, it basically there's just a nice graduation from the top to the bottom players. This year doesn't seem like it. Like you look at the first team that just popped in my head now is Davies' team. He's got Rodgers and Fred Jackson and Wallace and Jennings is in there, I guess, and they're great. But the rest of his team, I don't know, I don't know. And you look around and I notice this in other leagues as well. It's just not much is getting done because if you have one of those great players, it's really hard to trade them. And even if you're a bad team, it's tough to like trade like an Aaron Rodgers to get 3 players in return just because there isn't many average players. It's like they're either great or they're not. So just a strange year. But it's football. This could change, and people tend to make gut level reactions, so that could change very quickly. Um, I hate to belabor this point now that we're getting to question one, but the biggest story in the league right now, and we've never seen domination like this before, is the stepdads over the stepkids. 6-0 after 6 weeks, and now the top 5 scorers in the league are all in the stepdads division. So you take the highest scoring stepkid, which I believe is E, and he still has scored less than the lowest scoring stepdad, which is Dylan. Kids, I mean, we do this for fun, but it's now getting embarrassing. So let's put it together. That said, as a stepdad, I think Dave, and you're up to bat. Take him down. All right. Uh, this has been Jerome Bettis from Detroit with your Spirit Lake recap. Until next time. Woo!